Hello, everyone. It's Jazz. Jesus, what's going on? What's going on in the chat? What is going on? What is going on? Didn't see this news coming. It's really, really weird what's going on at a club. Busy trying to see if David Moyes is going to stay, leave, or go, or what's going on. And suddenly this news is kind of breaking this morning. And I largely ignore a lot of those rumours that we get every day, different players involved. But this one has come from out of the blue with so many websites and trustworthy sources just mentioning that this deal is virtually done. It's that West Ham United have virtually, they reckon, agreed or about to agree today to sign Danny Ings. So many things running through my mind, but I just had to get this really, really quick video. It's going to be quick. I'm only going to be live for about another 10-15 minutes at the most, and then I'll do a longer version around lunchtime. But my initial thoughts are, let's go into the chat first. Morning, mate. I'm in a bloody shock at the moment, mate. I don't know what you guys are. I'm in a bit of a shock. Danny Ings, we all know about Danny Ings. He's one of those few Tony Cottee, Chicharito style, smaller type goal grabbers, really natural DNA of a striker. Any ball in the area, he can gamble, he can get in the area, he can finish, could score penalties. Been around a long time, was signed by Klopp when he first came. That shows you how highly regarded he was when he came from Burnley. But the worry for me, really, really excited that he's coming, or hopefully should be coming before I say anything. Just worried about. I think he's 31. We're gonna have a quick look. If I share my screen with you guys really, really quickly, I think he's about 31 soon. Is he? No, he's 30. So he's 30 years old. He's going to be 31 this July. So okay, not quite as bad as I thought. Three caps for England, one goal. And if you have a look at his injury record is a slight concern for me. And also, perhaps just a minor concern is that Unai Emery doesn't see him as part of his plans going forward. And I get that because he's building for the future and he wants to bring his type of players in. So they're trying to boost the kitty, so to speak. So it's good that the deal looks quite possible quite quickly. They're not messing about. We're not messing about. And it's really interesting. Like, he's not really a David Moyes player, right? Doesn't play up front by himself a lot. If he does, he needs two people next to him really close. So again, I hope this is not going to be a Chicharito situation where we play him up front on his own, he's isolated, it doesn't work. And my worry, and I'm looking into this, that David Moyes ain't here anymore, right? And I'm thinking they've definitely tapped up the next manager to come in. I think it's going to be Rafa, and I think they've spoken to Rafa, and he's probably given the thumbnail. So I think this some kind of gentleman's agreement has definitely been done with the new manager coming in. He's definitely coming in. I'm not even thinking about Moyes or anything like that. So I think this has probably been done without even speaking to Moyes, because Sullivan does do a lot of things like that. And it's very interesting. I was watching one of my old friend Daya shows, who used to know a lot of people, used to be a bit of an agent, things like that. And he said that Sullivan definitely does one involved in all the transfers. There's no way, it's in his DNA. He can't help himself. He has to meddle. So this looks like definitely a Sullivan move. He loves strikers, especially ones like this with a bigger name. Just the worry is that hopefully he stays injury free, and I think he largely has. If he's been injured, he's back within a couple of games. I know, but in his career has been known to be away for the whole season, year and a half, really, really big injuries. So before I go into his record, I'm going to go into the chat and see what's going on. Steve, my man's in there. Steve's always breaking in news very, very early for me, the man. I don't think he sleeps, but God bless him. Anyway, morning, Ryan, mate. No, I think Rafa's coming in, mate. But I could be wrong. We all have an opinion and guess. I think Rafa's coming in. Yeah, I mean, Daichi, he managed him at Burnley. You never know, but that's kind of my inkling anyway, mate. But good shout there. Yeah, I know I'm busy working, mate, and you're non-stop on it all night, moaning about bloody Moisey and Rafa and who's coming in, mate. Jesus, hope you've had your toast though, Steve, because you're very strict with your timings, your lunch, your dinners. You know that you're not 1 minute ever late. If it's 1 minute late, he goes into the oven, has a look, checks up if it's ready. Hope you've had your toast, mate. Morning, Kenneth. How you doing, mate? Hope you're well. I'm going to do a video on him as well. I've had enough of that man on and off the pitch. Some of the garbage he's coming out with, it's absolute. I don't want to go into in this video, Antonio. I'm going to do one today. I'm going to be really busy today. Got to talk about Antonio. Got to talk about Danny Ings in much more detail, mate. We needed 4 strikers anyway, Steve. We needed 4 strikers anyway, mate. He comes in. I don't regard Antonio Bone, any of those guys, as a striker. So this is a second one. And what it gives you is a different option. 4-4-2, 1, but have the 2 next to him. And, I wouldn't want him on his own because he's not that tall, big, But we do need different. It's interesting what Callum Wilson said, that why are West Ham always looking for the same lanky guy and all that kind of thing. It doesn't work out. You need 3-4 strikers who provide you with a different type of scenario, don't they, mate? Morning, mate. Hope you're right, Cosmos. I think so. I think he can hit the ground running. He knows the Premiership, obviously. Yeah, England player and all that kind of thing. So no issues with that. Midlands, even if he hasn't got a house in London, he takes about hour 20, hour 30 to get down there. So it's good and looks like he's fit. But it is a Sullivan signing. But I don't want to get into politics, right? I just want to see what we do on the pitch. Who buys the players? Who picks the players? I think we've all got grey hairs talking about that, and we've just had enough. This is the thing that gets me excited. When the new manager comes in, I am going to be happy again. I'm going to be excited again. I'll be back at London Stadium more frequently than I have. And signing a striker is exciting, and more exciting with this one because we know a lot about him. But the only worry is hopefully the new manager comes in and can use him in the right way. If Rafa comes in, he'll know what to do with him, how to play him, and things like that. And he's full of running. I was told you, if Rafa comes in, he likes strikers that don't just stand still. He wants people that are running left, right, on the back of the shoulder, pressing people, pressing defenders, not giving them a minute's break like Fernando Torres, that type. So when I watched Danny Ings, okay, he's not young, he's 30, but he likes to run. He likes to look for the ball. And what I love about being so long since we've had a typical DNA striker like Chicharito is that I like the way they move off the ball. You see that when you're watching the game live, the more on TV. So with Antonio, he's like used to be up there already, stand there next to 15 defenders, not give. So if you're trying to pass to Antonio, he doesn't give you any movement. He's always marked closely because he doesn't run anyway. He's just got that same way of playing. With Danny Ings, he'll gamble. He'll arrive late in the box. So once you've got an understanding with him, someone like Paqueta will know that Danny's going to make that run, either near post, far post, wherever. And if you get it into him, and the number of chances we've been wasting, especially people like Bo and Antonio, this man more than not, he'll put it in the back of the net. And hopefully, I think he takes penalties. He could solve that issue, certainly be a solution or an option. And I might even say a bit early, but I think he might be a bit of a leader as well. I think he's experienced. He's been around a lot of clubs, and we need more people like that who can talk when there's things to be said, whether it's positive or negative. I think hopefully he'll open his mouth. I like his expressions on the pitch. It's always a picture of his face, either really upset, really happy. I like players like that. Rather like watch people like Souček. It's just that one dour face. You don't know what he's feeling. I like people that show a bit of emotion, and you can see all the pictures of when he scores. He loves scoring a goal. It's that typical old school celebration, running around, saluting the fans, all of that stuff. So I think it's good, mate. Why not, mate? Why not? Why not? Yeah, and I think this has been also done. Hopefully, there's another striker coming, but I don't want to get carried away. But I think get 9-10 million for Antonio, and I'll drop him off myself. No problem with that. Absolutely coasting, has wasted money, sort of wasted salary on him. Not really done anything, mate. I've literally only got 4 minutes left, so I'm going to quickly go through the stats if I can. 6 goals in 18 league games this season. Last season, 7 goals in 30, but I'm more interested in how many games he played. So 30 is okay with me, right? And he played 29 the year before. So all this injury prone, perhaps we don't need to mention it anymore. If he's played 30 games last season, 29 league games, so these are league games, so he's only missed like a few percentage, not really a lot. 12 in 29, 22, and actually, my goodness, he's hardly missed a game last 4 seasons. So he's played, so starting with a 19-20 season, but even 18-19. So going from the 18-19 season, this is how many games he's played in the league: 24, 38, 29, 30, and 18. That's not bad, right? And look, 7 goals in 24, 22 goals in 38, 12 in 19, 7 in 30, but that was Villa all over the place, 6 in 18. Listen, mate, I think we got a really good signing here. Hopefully, there's no last minute snags or all that kind of stuff. The more I talk about this player, the more I get excited, mate. And I think I've got to knock the injury prone thing out of my mind because I've just clearly shown you last 4 or 5 seasons he has played and scored. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. No, he's a striker, Alan, isn't he? He's a striker. Antonio is a winger at best, and he's gone. Antonio's finished, mate, as a player. And he's on a lot of money. If you get him off the wages, Danny Ings ain't going to be cheap, mind you, but we'll see. They're talking about 15 million. I don't know. That's a great price. That's a reasonable price, you know. I'm going to go through all the chat, you know, as I always promise you. You know, mate. Yeah. Natural goal scorer, mate. Good. Let me go through the chat quickly. Right, I'm going to have to shoot off. I've got a quick call, but I promise you I'll be back in a longer show. We'll get Frankie and all the boys on around lunchtime or early afternoon. So God bless you all. Thank you all for joining in. Danny Ings, I'm excited. My day's just going to change now. I've got extra spring in my step. Come on, you irons. Modern Tony Cotty's coming, and we'll catch up later in the day. Take care.